Hello, here's one of my more high effort videos. Basically, this video is just going to be about forced diversity and my opinions on it. Don't worry, you're not going to hear cookie cutter opinions that other trans people would have. I'm going to record using different audio equipment, so you may notice a different sound to the audio. And so sorry about that if it's a little bit weird. I'm going to get things figured out. And let's get into the video.
All the animals in the zoo of Lady and the Tramp gay. The lions, the giraffes. This alligator here is gay, and they think that he's trying to snap his head off, but see right here where he's talking? All he's trying to say is, hey, I'm gay, and you can see it here with this lip movement right here. He goes, I'm gay.
So my first issue with forced diversity is it feels like a lot of gay characters, a lot of lesbian characters, even, strong female leads, they have to meet a certain archetype or they're just not put on screen. Like, for example, when's the last time you've seen a gay main character that's a hero or something, but he's not all buff and strong like the other guys, or maybe he's not as masculine as the other guys. I mean, look at some of these characters that I'm putting up on screen. Would you really say that these are unique ideas and unique designs? Like, it's just made to fit a mold. Why does a character have to look masculine not even just look masculine, act more masculine and show masculine qualities if it's a female character in a lead role as a hero or something like that, or as I guess you could say, protagonist, but playing a heroic role, trying to save people or save their city, do this. And if it's let's say a gay guy in the same role, he's a hero, he's a protagonist, why can't he be a ripped dude? Why can't he act masculine? Why can't he act like an average guy? Not every gay guy has to be some kind of weird, archetype of like, oh, this is a gay guy who uses Tumblr and he's a quirky guy, and you know what I mean? Like, or this chick right here, she literally looks like Mandark from Dexter's Laboratory. Why does she need to look like that? In the story, from what I understand, I don't know too much about this. I was just briefly reading about it because I don't know too much about it. But anyways, she is saving her lover, which is another lesbian woman, from people. I don't know what the fuck the story's about, but she's saving her lover, which is another woman, from some people in this game, and she has to look like this and have the fucking bowl cut. Why can't she just be a girly girl? You know what I mean? Why do they have to fit into these molds? Okay, so now we're gonna go on to the next part of the video.
Disney's first gay character. Except it's not, because every 3 years, like clockwork, Disney drops a new openly gay character. Disney has so many queer characters, like this non-binary water, and yet they have 0 queer characters. As a class, let's go over some of the more iconic ones. I bet you didn't know this one! Judy's neighbors in Zootopia 1 have the same last name. So even though they're not in the same frame, and it's never acknowledged, if you go to the actual character's wiki, you can see that his sexual orientation is gay. We did it, guys! We won! Now that's representation in media.
I know some of you are gonna try and act like I'm gonna say, well, if a black person's a main character, the show's woke. Oh my god. But no, that's not my argument. My argument is there have been many, many shows with diverse casts, and these characters can be done in a good way, that's kind of a retarded way of saying it, but these characters could be done in a way that makes the character believable or a good character. What I'm saying is, there's certain characters where you could tell they're written like, oh, this is a gay character, or oh, I'm the strong female protagonist. You know what I mean? Here's some examples of good representation. So we have Luna from The Loud House. She is shown to be a lesbian when she asks out the other character, Sam, which I haven't watched the show in forever. I literally stopped watching it after this because that's when we lost cable. Also, Clyde has 2 dads in the show, and they have their own personalities. They aren't just shown to be, oh, hey, I'm gay in one scene, and then now all of a sudden they're just there every now and then and doing this or that. They're shown multiple times throughout the series, and Luna is shown multiple times throughout the series, as well as Sam. Or even in older media like Static Shock. I never watched it, but I watched a couple videos about it. There's this black kid, and he's a superhero, and the show deals with a lot of heavy real world topics, such as racism, but it does it in a way that's respectable and not just, oh, hey, white man bad. Now, here's an example of what I mean by bad representation. This character right here is named Shep, and they are a non-binary character in Steven Universe Future, which is after the first Steven Universe and after the movie. And guess what? This character is only shown in one episode and is like the most stereotypical design ever. On top of all that, this character is only mentioned in 2 other episodes and never shown again. This character was in one of the last episodes of Steven Universe Future, was barely mentioned 2 times in other episodes, and not much is known about the character other than that they like music and they helped Steven in that one episode. This is the most token character ever, just, oh hey, let's put in another thing here. And there was shown chemistry between, okay. And so this other character named Sadie, she was shown to be interested in this other character in the show for a long time, and they have a lot more history together in the show since very early seasons of the original Steven Universe. But then all of a sudden, this one character, they introduced them in this one episode, mentioned them 2 more times, and then the entire Steven Universe story is ended because they end Steven Universe Future. So that's all we get out of this character. And even if you look at the Wikipedia article, there's literally nothing hardly about them. Just, oh, they like music. They're kind. Like, literally, this is pathetic. The pathetic representation. And then, obviously, if you hear the voice, Shep is supposed to be implied to be, a biological female. So it's also to try and paint Sadie as a lesbian in a way without like explicitly saying it. And, or I guess pansexual, whatever. But you know what I'm trying to say. So I think it's like, you know what I mean? This is just representation for the sake of representation. Okay, now we're going on to the final topic.
No means no, Penny.
But last night I heard you say no to Daddy over and over, and then you were screaming, yes, yes!
Oh, well, what do you say we buy you that rabbit?
This is gonna be pretty short, but basically, all I'm saying here is that race swapping a character from white to black, or white to Indian, white to Asian, whatever, does not automatically make it representation. You're just making a black character where there wasn't one. And you're trying to say, oh, this is powerful, this is empowering. You're just trying to get brownie points. You can make a brand new character with lore and all this, all these struggles, and represent accurately what it's like to be black, Indian, Mexican, whatever. But you decide to just take a white character and change them. Nothing else but their race or whatever. Maybe change their personality too. But you're just getting an established character and changing it to fit what you want to meet in your quota. Okay, and then this other part, I wanted to talk about artists. Okay, if you're making diverse characters, why do you have to draw women as fat, hairy black people? There's more than fat, hairy black people. Like, and you know what I mean? It's so forced. Like, they get every character, like, they'll get a cast of characters, and it's like, well, now you're a lesbian, you're trans, you're fat, and you're hairy, and now you're demisexual, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Sure, you're not a company, but it feels performative, it feels virtue signaling. And I'm saying this, like I said, I'm probably going to put in the description, I'm a bisexual trans woman. I don't need to be coddled by these artists being like, Happy Pride Month, and then putting like, oh, hey, look at this white character. Now it's a black trans woman and she's in a wheelchair and she has autism now. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Make a new character. Literally, you have the power to make like the most unique, best gay character to ever exist. Hell, a lot of shows now in modern media have pretty shitty straight characters or pretty shitty white characters or whatever. You have the opportunity to make the greatest original gay character to ever exist, the greatest original lesbian character to ever exist. And I don't get why you waste that on just getting an existing character and then saying, oh yeah, my headcanon is that she's lesbian because she looked at this character once and then so that other character was also gay because they're women and they looked at each other and smiled, guys. Like, oh my fucking god. This concludes the whole video. Hope you liked it. I had fun making this video, and here is my very cool black representation, lesbian, black, disabled representation of a minority. Um, this is the flag of, I don't remember what the fuck, it's some random ass country, and yeah,